All right, we have our special teams coordinator and defensive end coach, John Papuchis. We will all get the recording started, and we will go with questions. Ira, you'll have the first one.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, kickers and punters are, I think, accustomed to working on their own. So I'm guessing this time wasn't a huge adjustment for them. But were you able to see much in the spring in those first 3 days to make any kind of evaluations, or do you go into preseason looking at this as a wide open competition at both of those spots?
Hey, Ira, how you doing, man?
Good, man. How are you?
Doing good. I would say every position, really across the board, whether you're talking offense, defense, or special teams, are going to be kind of wide open. But specifically talking about our kickers and punters, there wasn't enough in the first 3 practices to truly get a great evaluation, and it's going to lead to a good competition come this camp because there's a lot for us to find out about these guys, and I've seen some really promising things from them. But I'm excited about it because I think we do have capable guys at every spot. I'm going to let them compete and kind of let their work, kind of speak for itself when we have to start making decisions.
Hey, Coach, how's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing well, thank you. Obviously, a lot of talented guys in the return game that you have to work with, including some transfers coming in that really bring a lot to the table. I guess, do you have a number of guys you're looking at right now at those 2 positions? I mean, or can you give me maybe a number on how many guys you're going to work at punt return, kickoff return over the next few weeks?
Well, right now, when you look at, you make a great point about having a lot of good depth. When you look at the group, we probably have about 4 guys that are working primarily punt return. Obviously, DJ has experience there, but we got 4 guys working in that unit. We have about 8 guys working kickoff return. So, we're going to kind of go through and make evaluations very similar to how we're going to do it with our punter kicker situation and kind of see who gives us the best opportunities. And we need depth. I think across the board we need, to have depth at all of our return game spots. So I think we're very fortunate to have a bunch of guys that can do it, and it's going to be good to see it start to play out starting tomorrow.
Looking at guys who are kind of on the kick and punt coverage, those are roles I'd say normally that fall to a lot of younger players who may not be ready for kind of roles on their side of the ball but can contribute there. What do you kind of look for when you're evaluating people in those roles?
Well, first of all, one of the things that Coach Norvell made a point of when he came here to be the head coach, and one of the things that excited me so much about coming here is for us, special teams is going to be a key in terms of the identity of our football team. And so the best guys are going to play across the board. Now, we're going to be smart in terms of how we use guys, but, every single guy that's on offense, defense, are getting reps right now in our coverage units. So, we're going to use these next couple of weeks to evaluate. But we said to the team the other day that part of our identity as a football team is what we look like on kickoff coverage. We want to make sure that we are showcasing our speed, our physicality. One of the things here at Florida State that we know we have is we got great team speed, and we're going to be able to showcase that in everything that we do. And I know a lot of programs, some of those cover units are young guys like you mentioned earlier, but really for us, it's going to be the best players play. And for our cover units, whether you're a starter on offense or defense or not, you're going to be playing on these special team units.
Hey, Coach. And obviously Coach Norvell takes a lot of pride in special teams, as clearly you do as well. That time during the offseason when the players were working remotely and you were doing the Zoom meetings, how important of a message was it to the players that you guys were still doing special teams meetings during that time? And also, what were you able to accomplish in those settings off the grass?
So I think in everything that we've been able to do, we continue to emphasize the importance of special teams. Whether it's making it a big part of our morning skills and drills or a big part of our walkthroughs. But during the Zoom meeting period, at least twice a week, the focus and the meeting was about special teams. And, we had to be a little bit more schematic, although we never lost our focus on fundamentals. It did allow us to start introducing some scheme stuff. The issue, obviously, just like everywhere else, was you never got a chance to go and apply what you were learning, right? So, but it did allow us to at least lay a foundation in terms of terminology, show a lot of tape in terms of so there was an understanding in what we're trying to get done. But, I do think it helped. I mean, there's no question. The guys came here when they were able to get back on campus, and the Zoom meetings were definitely beneficial. I appreciated the way they were locked in during that time. And I do think it made a big point to everybody on the team that special teams, it's not just something we pay lip service to, but it's a way of life. And our actions, we're going to speak even during the Zoom time, that we're going to spend 2 days a week doing it.
Hey, Coach, switching over to your other responsibility, and that's the defensive ends. I guess, what are you hoping to accomplish over the next few weeks before the start of the season? And then is it a benefit to have Janaris and Josh, some guys with a lot of experience? And then I guess that goes to, will a big goal obviously be building depth behind them this fall?
Sure. First off, in terms of what we want to get done, I mean, everything starts with fundamentals and technique. I mean, so what we teach and what we are emphasizing now is probably a little bit different than what they've done in the past couple of years. So for everybody, it's going to be a foundation of fundamentals and technique. And then, having a guy like Josh Kando and Janaris Robinson, who have a lot of experience, certainly helps. They're smart. They've played a lot of downs. They're going to be able to create some flexibility for us up front. And then it's good. We got some young, talented guys behind them. So watching that kind of play out and see who ends up stepping up and taking roles and putting themselves in a position to play and help us out this year. It's going to be fun to watch.
Do we have any other questions for JP? All right. Thank you, Coach.
Awesome. Appreciate it, everybody. Thank you, guys.